As dawn breaks over Mandalay and monks line up to gather arms, voters trickle in for a historic election. 5 years after Myanmar's military deposed a democratic-elected government, the junta is finally allowing people to vote, and they are desperate for the world to see.
I am more than 100% confident in this system. The old system, some people could vote twice, which might invalidate their votes. In this new system, voting will be accurate and efficient.
But voting machines are not why governments and activists have slammed these elections as a sham. In 2021, tanks rolled through the streets after the Popular National League for Democracy party swept the polls. Its leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, has been in prison ever since, her party forcibly disbanded. This year, only a handful of parties are allowed to contest. Critics say most are proxies for the government. And then there's the atmosphere of fear and intimidation.
This gentleman has been following us the entire day, and we're not imagining it because he's been tailing us since 6 o'clock in the morning.
He is following us for our security.
Okay, we feel very safe. He doesn't need to follow us.
The fear is so pervasive that many people won't tell us if they'll vote. They're even more afraid to talk about the civil war that has engulfed this country since the coup. Just an hour's drive from polling booths here in Mandalay, the military is bombarding areas in Sagaing region, controlled by armed dissidents. This man lived there before the military bombed a candlelight protest in October, killing more than 20 people.
They were ordinary people and children. It was extremely sad.
Conflict monitors estimate that some 80,000 people have been killed in this war. Voters here worry that their ballots will be used by the military to only tighten their grip on power. This time under the guise of an elected government feared by its own people.
Well, we've certainly done our best to speak to voters. We arrived in Myanmar a few days ago and we were very keen to speak to ordinary people about how they felt about these elections, what were the issues at the top of their mind as they prepared to vote. It was extremely challenging, to say the least. People told us they were concerned that they would get in trouble for speaking to us, that they would be visited by authorities after they had given us interviews. And it didn't help that we were under strict surveillance, especially since arriving here in Mandalay. We've had several members of the local police force following us, monitoring who we've been speaking to, what they say to us. So it's been incredibly challenging to speak to people and ensure that they would be safe after they did so. But in some ways, voters are speaking with their feet. Locals here tell us that in the last elections in 2020, before the coup, voters lined up before polling stations had even opened. They lined up before dawn and lines stretched all the way down the street. Today, we saw a steady trickle of voters, but nothing like the enthusiasm that we saw during the last elections.